The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set.
Go, Green. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? Big four, man. Big four, man. Shout out Big Lotto, man. Shout out the other big, you know. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Look, clickbait, everything I do keep going viral. Louis on my leather, got my laces throwing spirals. Rappers, they been washed, I got them throwing in the towel. Chirping on them, net them birds dead, just like owl. Know that I'm a star, cause that was Simon said coward. I would never cheat, cause you and I my only vowel. Rappers, they be sweet, they in the patch, I know they sour. Know I put some on, they watch my movements like I'm bow.
The beat go off? Okay. Whoa.
Rip me out the plastic, need my cash and make it flip gymnastic. Drop my tape, then blast it, got them spaz and make them trip like acid. IRS, I'm taxing, killing fashion, I'm a drip assassin. Did you think before you tweet? Did you stretch before you reach? Did you check before you creep? Can't buy respect, it ain't that cheap, I gotta eat. Ain't break a sweat, review that chef like I was Keith. We got Van Leaf, that's what I stress, if they suggest we can't repeat.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, oh. Hey. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Boot. It's your boy Pooh Bear. I got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, it sucks to be a Florida Gator. I said it sucks to be a Florida Gator.
Yeah, man.
I told y'all.
Couldn't happen to a better squad, man.
What that little girl said?
LSU. Salute to LSU for giving Florida that false hope yesterday.
What that little girl said about when Boost was coming? I told y'all. I told y'all. Listen, we said it at the beginning of the season. Omaha bus. We said at the beginning of the season, we had our good man Alan Bell on. Alan Bell said, "Hey, this is the coldest team I have ever seen assembled." And he a Tennessee fan, and he said, "Listen, this team, put your money on them now, because they gonna win you some money." We had people coming out and telling us, "Oh, y'all, it's foolish to make statements like that. It's foolish."
Hey, before we get too deep up in this, I just want to say, shout out to Scott Woodward, man.
Amen to that.
When he went and got Jay Johnson,
Yep.
I was like, who is this cat?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is the guy you got. Like, you got the Cliff Godwins, you got the Sullivan, you know, you got all the Mike Bianco people was vouching for, you know, you got all these guys, and you went and got a dude from Arizona.
Yep.
That's why I'm not the athletic director at LSU, and that's why Scott Woodward is the best athletic director in the country. He showed why again tonight, man. Salute to Scott Woodward, bro. I will no longer question your hires, your decision, none of that, dog. It's proven you know what you're doing, bro. And once again, proof is in the pudding with another national championship coming back to BR.
I said it the other day. We was talking about the similarities to 2017. You know, you beat, you know what I'm saying, you win your first game, play the number one team, and you fall. Then you go up and you play, you know what I'm saying, the team you beat the first time, beat them, and you beat the number one team twice twice to get back to the championship just to play Florida. And I told y'all this ain't gonna be like last year. I mean, like 2017. It's gonna be like that. This was gonna happen. This was bound to happen. This is what happened. You gotta do. Listen, this baseball team. We heard the pitching staff couldn't get it done. We heard that Tommy White is a liability at third base. We heard Jordan Thompson is horrible. Get him out the game.
Not to mention Milazzo, Travinsky, and all the hate they've gotten out throughout the year.
You had pitchers go down. You had probably one of as a matter of fact, the best catcher in the country coming out go down. Coming out of high school, best catcher in the country coming out of high school, he went down, and you went back to your old reliables, the guys who had trouble in the beginning of their career. Milazzo came out and set that thing off at the plate today.
Yeah, Jordan, not just today, all season.
That's true. That's true. You had Jordan Thompson, who probably got the most hate I have ever seen a fan base give to their own player. He comes back today and he delivers on some of the most clutch hitting.
Got the first RBI of the game for you. You know what I mean? Like, came first at bat today kind of showed you, look, I kind of put all that up. Like Dylan Cruz said yesterday, we forgot about what's happened in the past. You know what I mean? And everybody kind of like, man, you can't forget that. Jordan Thompson showed you first, with his at bat. Look, we told a different team today. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be the one to show you that because I'm gonna be totally different first. You know what I mean? And made up for defensive end. Everybody gave him, all the complaints he got yesterday. People DMing him, all kind of mentioning him on Twitter, all kind of nonsense. Came out, flashed the glove today, made solid plays. Executed. That's all you could ask for from a shortstop, and he shut a lot of people up today for real.
Man, listen. Before we go too deep, because there's a couple things we're gonna talk about tonight. I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors over at BetOnline. BetOnline.ag will be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Man, they up there doing the chant too. It sucks to be a Florida Gator and doing it in the stands.
Beautiful.
Listen, I'm checking now because I follow what Mr. Allen Bell said, and I put my money where my mouth was.
As did I.
So I'm just checking to see what we're looking like.
Oh, I done already checked that, my boy.
Oh, one of them ain't. Ooh. They ain't even cashed out yet. Oh, okay.
Oh, mine cashed out.
Mine ain't even, both of them ain't hit yet. I mean, yeah.
You had to hit that refresh button, huh?
Yeah. Shout out to BetOnline. But listen, man. I'm gonna start somewhere a little different. LSU faithful, LSU fans. They saw a challenge and they said we gonna do it.
I don't think it's over yet.
Oh, it ain't.
It might hit 100,000 tonight, dog.
Last check, it was LSU had bought 64,808 Jello shots.
I'm finna check it now.
If my math is correct, that is over $250,000. That's 300 something $1,000. Don't be surprised if that thing don't hit 100 tonight. And LSU spent $500,000 on Jello shots. First of all, you don't do anything that involves liquor around LSU and think it's just gonna be, saying as simple as pour me a glass, sir. Pour me just a little. LSU saw the challenge on and off the field, and they made it happen. I don't know where to start. I don't know if we start with the season. I don't know if we start with the, regional. But I guess it's another question comes up though. Something we talked about, and we said we had to wait till the end of the season see if LSU win so we can say it. Where does Paul Skeens rank amongst the top transfers to come into LSU?
Whew. Not just him. He's gonna be higher than Tommy White right now, obviously. But Tommy White led the team in home runs and RBIs in his first, and had arguably the second biggest home run in LSU history. You know what I mean? So I feel like he climbing the charts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you another name that people aren't going to say, but needs to get his flowers. Thatcher Hurd.
Yeah, for sure. And he got another year, don't he?
If I'm not mistaken.
I think him and Tommy White both got another year. Yeah. But and that's why Skeens is gonna probably be below Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
But as of right now, he number 2. But by the time their careers end,
he number 2. So who number 1?
Joe Burrow.
Okay, so you got Angel at 3.
Yeah, I mean because Skeens, I know Cruz won the Golden Spikes. In my opinion, should have been Skeens. But Skeens broke records here. And I know Angel broke records too. But dang, that's tough. Because she broke the SEC record for that's what I thought. Yeah. She broke the record for double doubles. He broke the record for
strikeouts in the season.
And arguably that's
SEC strikeouts in the season.
Yeah. I mean, she broke the SEC double record. You know what I mean?
And she broke the NCAA too.
That's true. But I think Skeens was more dominant.
Oh yeah, I can give you that.
I think Skeens' season he was more dominant. He was more impressive. That's tough. Right now, I gotta give Skeens 2. Yeah, I probably. Let me ask you this though. Okay. So you got Skeens and Reese, right? Mm-hmm. But you got Mocha and Jay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you factor in the coaching and the fact that they won a national championship, but Skeens won Jay Johnson his first? Well, Angel won Mocha her fourth. So it's like
that's something to think about.
So it's like Mocha kind of already had the pedigree and all that. Where I don't know, bro. It's we getting kind of complicated and nitty gritty of it, but I think it's got to be because of who they beat too. Angel didn't beat South Carolina. That's not true. Her fault. Not her fault. She didn't get the opportunity to, but Skeens had to go through the gauntlet. And I mean, Skeens, who didn't he pitch against? He didn't pitch against Florida. But you don't get there without him, though.
You're right.
And you can argue that his performance against Wake Forest in that elimination game was the championship, in a sense.
Okay.
Considering
My,
they was the number one team, you know what I mean?
yeah. Our man Dave got a brings a very, very good point. He said, man, to beat the number one squad and the next round beat the number two squad without your unquestioned ace was huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Shout
else
out to Thatcher Hurd for his performance tonight, though,
Thatcher
bro.
heard we didn't do a show, but man, 17 strikeouts
Oh
by
man.
Ty Floyd.
Hey, but kudos for Cooper for coming in and making sure that you know what I mean, we were still able to get the dub and
Facts.
not make that performance be in vain by Ty Floyd. Cause
Facts.
man, that's legendary stuff right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to those players who I'm gonna say this because it's not gonna get said. Shout out to guys like Christian Little, Collins, um, who else? Herring got it came in, Ackenhouse, but those guys who don't necessarily pitch every day, don't get a chance to really come in and contribute much. Little didn't pitch at all. Collins
He
hadn't
pitched
pitched.
yesterday.
Little pitch yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. But you got those guys who hadn't pitched since. Like I was telling you when we talked earlier, Collins hadn't pitched since Mississippi State, which was Mother's Day weekend. And to come in, and although it was a loss, to come in and do your part to help your team get where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And then not just them, bro, but like Jones coming in out the Paxton Clean coming in,
right?
Even though it's just really for defense, you know what I mean. But like we didn't see much of Paxton Clean at the plate, but still like coming in with your number, Napote, you know what I mean. Guys coming in when they number called, no matter what it is, and just doing their part to help the team win. Like they don't get a lot of recognition, and a lot of times people don't even realize they in the game sometimes. You know what I mean. So, but kudos to everybody for playing their part. Wes Johnson, you know what I mean? Like the improvements we've seen for some of them, man. Like it's really crazy to see how far this team came, bro. Like not this season necessarily, but like last season, they didn't even make a super regional, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and then this year, the improve. And I know you got, like Nick said, arguably the greatest pitching season ever. You know what I mean? Maybe besides Steven Strasburg. And you got Tanks in, but like we saw improvement from other people. We mentioned Milazzo, where Travinsky behind the plate. You know what I mean? Like it was always his defense that was kind of a concern, but he improved. Jordan Thompson improved in the field. You know what I mean? Like
Riley Cooper came. He was a starter at one point last year, and people was like, "Hey, pull him out."
Yeah, I mean, you remember when he got roughed up last year at Louisiana Tech?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's been, and so it's like you got guys like that who made major improvements, and even like Pearson being maybe not making a huge jump, but just being more consistent with what he was giving you last year. You know what I mean? Guys like obviously getting Beloso back, huge. You know what I'm saying? Do guys being them leaders, you know that they are, but like everybody just played their role. And speaking of Beloso, I know his fiance, like, yeah, you better have one in there to make it push this wedge back. Now she get 2 rings. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Congratulations to them. But man, like for those guys who just do guys, yeah, doing their part day in and day out. And like we mentioned, Cruz, Skeens, Tommy White, Trey Morgan to a certain extent, they get the headlines, they get all the publicity, but everybody tonight, everybody but Milazzo got an RBI and Jones. But like everybody who really started got an RBI. Milazzo only had really one at bat, but Travinsky got one. So everybody pitched in. Yeah. And that's kind of what you had all season.
Oh man, do you remember how many people clamored and cried out and said, we got to get hits. Our batting sucks. We got to get this. We got to get that. Let me pull up the stats, man, so I can look and see. Because it was
Florida a little record back from
him. It was Ugh, I like to look at this score. It's just like, ugh. Um, LSU had 18 runs on 24 hits. Florida didn't get a hit from they got 2 hits in the first. They didn't get a hit again, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't get a hit again until like the 7th inning.
Yeah, hurt man. Hurt was it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about improvement. Just his improvement during the
Through the
season.
season,
You
yes.
know what I mean? Like that's man, it's incredible to see like how far some of these guys like let's Gidry. I mean, dude was supposed to be like he was supposed. People were saying he was going to take over for Thompson, the shortstop, or he was going to start at second base, and he turned into a one of the most reliable guys coming out of that bullpen as far as closing situations or just need an inning here or two here or there. And as a freshman, was one of the best guys coming out the pen. Man, it's crazy to
Man,
see how far this team came.
this picture, man. I'm watching everybody. They holding up their trophies, man. And that yellow and gold. I'm sorry, that gold and white confetti. You know what I'm saying? Shooting all over them. Also, man, shout out. What's good, Miak? Miak Mike in the building. Julian, cover your ears. This might hurt a little. But he said the Miami Heat lost, the Florida Panthers lost, the Lady Seminoles lost, and now the Florida Gators lost. The state of Florida is catching all types of losses. I need the next loss they catch be
Hey, I was going there, my boy, but I was trying not to go there, my boy.
I need y'all to get
I'm with you, my
get
boy.
up out of there. Get up
I'm
out of
with
there.
you, my boy. But yeah, man. Like I know going into this, and then like the first, even at the kind of the first game, everybody was debating about who should MVP be, who should MVP be. You know what I mean? The most outstanding player. Honestly, dog, I have no idea. And I know they might have already awarded. I'm not watching it no more, but like you can make the case for Trey, Beloso, Skeens, Dugai, Dylan Cruz. You know what I mean? Like Ty Floyd. You know what I mean? Like you can make the case for a lot of people, bro. And honestly, I think that goes to show we just talked about earlier. Everybody played a part in this. It wasn't just one or two guys carrying this team.
Yeah, I'm looking back through, and Florida didn't get that hit again until the 7th. Golly,
Beautiful.
yeah. And they didn't get but three hits, one each inning in the 7th, 8th, and 9th after that. But yeah. Oh man.
I think I'd give it to Beloso though, if I had to give it to somebody.
I feel you. That's respectable. I'm trying to see who they show what they're showing now. They're announcing the John D. Dicing Senior Award, which I think is the most valuable player. Let's see who it is.
Yeah, the most outstanding player.
Most outstanding player. They doing all this dramatics. We the one that get to him.
Yep.
Well, who got Skeens? Oh yeah, because it goes for the tournament or whatever.
Yeah, it's the whole College World Series.
Yeah. So okay, yeah.
I mean, his numbers were pretty impressive, if I must say so myself.
I don't think Skeens gave up a run the entire College World Series against Tennessee. What we beat them by? Because they didn't score until after he came out.
They didn't score on him. They didn't score on him.
Yeah. He didn't give up one against Tulane. No, he did give up some against Tulane.
Yeah, but that don't count as far for the award. The award just for Omaha.
Oh, just Omaha? Okay.
Yeah, it's just for the College World Series.
Man, listen. Julian. Shout out to Julian. Hey, I want to let y'all know, man. Julian is the type of friend. I say that friend, family member that you want. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who may cheer for the other team, but they'll, you know what I'm saying, they'll shout you out, you know what I'm saying, give you flowers and stuff. But Julian chimes in and said, I just felt it was poetic justice that JT got the first 2 outs in the 9th Just like what the Moneyball said, how can you not be romantic about baseball?
So Skeens gave up 2 runs against Tennessee
Mm,
in that first game in the 8th inning.
yeah.
But I think that's the only. But he had against Tennessee, he had 12 Ks. That's ridiculous. Then he pitched on Thursday against Wake and had 9 Ks, 8 innings, no earned runs.
Mm,
So what was that? 21 Ks, 2 earned runs, and 15 and 2/3 inning.
yeah.
I wonder Ty Floyd might have better numbers.
He might. He might. He just might because he
So he pitched Monday versus Wake, and he had 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks. So he got 27 Ks, 2 earned runs, same amount of earned runs, more strikeouts, and less innings.
jeez. God, man. And that's who coming back. So you gotta think we also get Taylor coming back next year too.
Yep, yep. And I mean, not to mention you got Griffin Herring in the bullpen who looked tremendous and looked like he could be a potential starter, left-handed, coming in and start. The transfer portal is wide open still.
We got
And
the
then we get a
Alabama
picture at the
got a
We
picture from
did. We got
Alabama.
dude from Alabama from
If
Monroe.
I'm,
Yeah.
and if I'm not
And
mistaken,
he was a reliever for Alabama, but he was one of their best, and I think he got starter potential. You know what I mean? So I think Cade could definitely be in the mix.
and there's rumors. There's rumors. Burns out of Tennessee.
That boy from Tennessee, yeah. I mean, that's all. I mean, if you get, I don't think the rotation / bullpen gonna be a problem as long as Jay recruiting, man. We just gotta
No,
stay
not
healthy.
at all. Not at all. I do. I look forward to who they bring in as pitching coach.
The
With
guy
West.
from Wake Forest, hopefully.
So that's what about that. Wait for us. The pitching coach. I'm pretty sure he's pretty good.
Is
But
he as good? Is it him or the lab?
thank you. That's exactly where I was going.
That's a good. I didn't think about that. That's a good
yeah,
question.
because the
Can
lab.
you steal Arkansas?
That's another good one. It don't even matter. Dave said, "Take another sip. What's on that cup?"
You see it.
Yeah, so I ain't even got.
I don't mind taking another sip.
Yeah, man, what a
Beautiful,
world
man.
series.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So let's go ahead. Now you go ahead.
I was going to say, let's talk about something that the inevitable. Kim Mulkey, year 2.
Oh, this way you want to go with. Okay.
Jay Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
year 2. Because Mike brought this up too. He says, congratulations, fellas. Louisiana's a championship town. Will LSU football rise to the occasion? I mean, it's Brian Kelly, year 2. With what we know we got coming back, the offense going to be on point. Defense will be all right.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we'll talk about it again, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Is it national championship a bust?
The hype in me right now wants to say yes, but I don't think it's national championship a bust. At the very least, it should be SEC or bust. But I would say, you know what? I'll say this. If LSU wins the SEC, they win the Natty. I don't see anybody outside the SEC that'll get LSU.
Nick was right.
Yeah, playoffs or bust. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see anybody outside of SEC giving LSU.
That's my opinion. It should be playoffs or bust. Because I feel like with the way your schedule sets up, even if you lose that SEC championship game,
yeah,
you should have 1 loss, maybe 2 losses.
I don't think you should. Well, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that should be your first or second loss. If you lose the SEC championship game, the SEC championship game loss should be your first or second loss in the season. That's it. And if that's the case, you got a strong case for a playoff spot.
Completely agree.
So I feel like playoffs are bust. Just like we said, it ain't necessarily win the natty or bust for LSU baseball. It's Omaha with a good shot to win the natty or bust. You know what I mean? I feel like the same expectation is on them. Hey man, broke clock, bro. You know what I mean? Broke clock. But I feel like the expectation should be college playoff or bust, with the expectation when you get to the CFP that you one of the teams, like the favorite or the second favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of situation.
My man, y'all potentially can go back to back in baseball and women's basketball.
I think we got a much better shot in women's basketball.
Oh, definitely. Much. I don't know. So
much better shot.
Who's gonna play first?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, Tommy.
That's easy.
Tommy White.
Bear. Who? Jay Jones.
Think so?
Unless he's gonna be your DH.
Yeah, he'll be your DH because you gotta think about Tommy White was a first baseman anyway.
Yeah, but he's played third well, and I think he makes more money for himself if he stays at third base.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, that's just me personally.
Yeah.
And then I mean, if you do it that way, then Joe Bear could be a DH. Opens up Kling in right field.
Lee Joe Bear. Don't Joe Bear play? No.
He plays right because Pearson's in left.
Pearson.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, I see if he DHs, then you can put Kling
and right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Who gonna play center? I say I would put
Kling in center.
Put Kling in center. Put Joe. If you put Kling in center, put Joe Bear
in right.
Right. Then
that play third then.
Tommy. You just said Tommy.
So who you DH?
I don't know. We might not
Trubisky.
Have Trubisky. I think he's done. Right. I think he's done. I think he's exhausted.
Oh yeah, he done. Yeah.
He's done. They might not be on campus right now.
That's fair. So same could be said about one of your first basemen or outfielders potentially too, though.
That's true. Yeah. Man, what a season, bro. I do want to. They both LSU and Florida finished 54-17 on the season.
Florida, y'all can have that in that SEC championship or whatever.
Oh, they won it. Yeah. They won it. Okay,
yeah, that's cool.
Who won? You know, it's funny. I don't know who won Hoover.
Vandy.
I would have guessed that. I wouldn't have known for sure. Don't care. They didn't even make it out of the regional, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No, they didn't. They didn't make it out of regional.
They sure didn't. They get eliminated. Like they didn't even make the regional final, like the final for the regional. I think they went 2 and Q.
I'll check.
I could be wrong, but Julian will know before you find out. He's gonna type the answer in there. Yeah, man. But shout out to Cruz, because if he didn't win a natty,
or Oregon came out of there.
That was the first game. That was the first game.
Yeah, Oregon beat them. They put them out the They put them out early. No, it wasn't Oregon. Xavier put them out. Speaking of Xavier Canfield. I say Canfield.
That boy said Nick got to be drunk because ain't no
What's up, Zay? It's been a minute.
Yo. But if Cruz wouldn't have won the title, I felt like he wouldn't have been looked at with the appropriate level of appreciation.
Let's go back. Ask the question again. At this point in their career, Dylan Cruz, Alex Bregman. Originally, I think you said Cruz. I said Alex Bregman. I can easily say I'm changing at this point. Dylan Cruz.
Yeah.
What he did at the plate and in the outfield all season.
When that man reached base in what every game this
He
season.
he was it's the record is now, I mean, it's now 74 because it goes back to last season. He made it on base safely in every game. So
I mean, the question becomes: is he the greatest to ever play for LSU? I think
God.
that's what the question is now.
Yeah, that's gonna be, I
I'm
think,
not saying I'm saying that. I'm just saying the
I know, yeah.
conversation has moved to that.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go there yet.
Um,
I have to
yeah,
look.
he done. So
I mean, no, when I say yeah, I mean right now in this moment without looking up, you know what I'm saying, looking back and because it's somebody soon as sure enough, I'll be like,
oh, yeah,
yeah.
somebody gonna Ryan Terry Yacht, somebody gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna be all kind of names coming at you, bro.
What about Austin Nola?
Albert Bell, you know what I mean? It's gonna be all kind of names coming at you.
Oh man. Let me ask it. Now Chuck says this, and I kind of agree, but I don't. He said LSU was not expected to make it this far in the College World Series. He said, let
That's
alone
true.
win the national championship.
That's true.
I'll say this.
Not at the beginning of the year.
Yes,
But
I was
going
say
into it, I would agree with that.
around about Hoover,
Yeah,
SEC tournament.
the last 3 series in Hoover, yeah.
Because everybody was saying,
5th seed, honestly.
People were saying, will they be a national seed?
Top 8 seed, you know
Will
what I mean?
will they make it through super regionals with pitching? That was a question.
I remember people being like, if a certain team make it into our regional, we won't even make it out.
Yeah. Now, people from that certain regional, that certain team, crying because a bar in Lafayette held a national championship watch party.
Little brother would be okay.
Yeah, somebody took them a fresh bath and put on a LSU shirt. They was happy. They run around here screaming, got their mama screaming. So that's what's up, man.
But yeah, man, I think I think that Florida or Wake was definitely the favorite. Coming into it, and I think the LSU would probably be like right below them too. So I'm not gonna say it's a shock that they made it this far, but I think a lot of people didn't think that they would make it to like they would be the national championship. A lot of baseball people did. You know what I mean? Like the people, Alan Bells, you know what I'm saying? Like those type of people, they still stayed with LSU, you know what I mean? But a lot of the people, social media, LSU fans, just regular college baseball fans, necessarily not people who cover the sport. I think they had jumped off the bandwagon because of the pitching or the lack of pitching that they believed we had.
Right. Pitching is your downfall. It's what said.
It carried us in Omaha.
Pitching is your downfall. The bullpen. I think they showed it on here. The bullpen.
Yeah, Riley Cooper, huge.
Yeah, outside of yesterday's game, the bullpen had 22 hits, 87 strikeouts, and crazy part about it, that's not even including the last inning, the 9th inning.
Yeah.
So Guidry got rocked his first pitch.
That's a shortstop next year.
Guidry got rocked again tonight and came out and closed this thing out for you.
Yeah.
We kind of answered this a little bit, Chris, but it's a fair question. Is there pressure on the football team to win a natty or compete for now? Or compete for one now? I don't think it's pressure.
I don't think this changes the expectations for the football team. But like they already had expectations. You know what I mean? Like you won the West last year. you know what I mean, and your bowl game, and you bring pretty much everybody back
on
on
offense.
offense. Yeah. Second year in the system. You know what I mean? Like
Your
your
defense. Let me
your
ask this.
defense got arguably more talent than they had last year.
Hey, listen. I don't know if we here because I was just gonna say your
Yeah.
defense arguably got literally my words in my mind. Defense arguably got better, especially
Yeah.
secondary was a place that I
Secondary.
were.
Yeah.
I'm not so much anymore.
Remember I told you my main question with the secondary is chemistry. You know what I mean? And how fast do they gel? But talent is there. Linebacker more talented, you know, than last year with Spates. So I mean, you might not be bringing everybody back necessarily, but you still got a lot of experience and talent over there. And
Right.
once again, second year in the system. You know what I mean? So as far as the coaches as well, they got more continuity with each other and they know the system better, what house want better, and things of that nature. So, and the schedule is favorable. You avoid Georgia, you avoid Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? The quote unquote powers. You know what I mean? So it's the
Oh,
schedule.
we got a big announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
We
Lord.
got a big announcement. Some of y'all have asked and have wanted to help. I want to say this. The Golden Boot, HBCU Hour, we are now eligible. You hear this? You hear this? We now gonna be eligible for super chats.
Oh, let's go. We in the building.
Super chats, stars, whatever you want to send. We in there now. We about to be eligible. This old vet, what's good, man? Hey, listen, hey, this old vet. This old vet is probably this like a night of his life. You got us, Carter, and Blake on live
That
right
man don't know what to do.
now. He don't know what to do. So, but yeah, man, we in here. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, it's about to be on and popping, bro. It's about to be on and popping. But man, back to the esports. Let me ask this. And I always kind of find these questions to answer. I mean to ask. But overall, football wins it next year. Actually, football has already won it under him. But if football wins it next year, with a hire, that makes Scott Woodward the best AD in the country.
I think he already is personally.
I do too, but gotta be fair.
And he's already won in 3 sports in 4 years, bro.
That is true.
Like,
So true.
I mean, that's just the major sports. That don't include what track's done. You know what I mean? And because I don't know when he got here, but men's track team won that championship in what 2018, 2019, 17. One of them, like it was around that time.
Right.
So I mean, like the man, I think he the best. Now, if he win another one in football, or somehow, if the men make like a Final Four or something like that, we need to start talking about where his statue coming. Like when we building his statue.
Yeah. If you go to Alabama football operation is named after the late Mal Moore for what he did with as far as for football. Man, you gotta find something else on a building on campus to name after.
Hey, you got to name the street after that, man.
Yes, got to. Oh man, I don't even know what to say.
Let me see when the men's track team won that. I agree with Xavier though.
They say, oh, about winning the championship for football. Yeah. It's the SEC. It's always pressure. That's true. That's true.
It's LSU is always pressure.
Yeah. including track, gymnastics, etc. He's the best. Gymnastics got to get him one.
Men's Outdoor National Championship 2021.
2021. There you go. There you go.
First one since 2002. Wow. Yes, I mean, I think he'd go. And I know Shaver. I know the LSU track coach had already been there,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, he won it under whose regime?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like facilities and resources and nutritionists and you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff that affects everybody, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You was about to say something before I brought up about the year two.
Oh, I was gonna. We already kind of talked about it. I was gonna say, what does next year's baseball team look like?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm assuming Gidger's gonna be a shortstop.
Actually, Gidry may not.
I know we got the dude from South Carolina.
Dude from South Carolina. Matter of fact, that might actually answer a question. Dude from South Carolina at shortstop, Gidry at third, put White at first base.
Possibly. Or Gidry is second because you need a second baseman too.
You do need a second base. That definitely.
You got Napote though. You got Napote.
You do got Napote. But do you put Napote? Would you put Napote at third because that way? And the reason why I say that, you put him at third because third is going to actually have a little bit more help with shortstop. Whoever's at second is kind of on their own, but they don't hit that way quite as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's innocent. Unless you got lefty batters. But yeah, I'm with you. But I think playing third depends on the arm. Does Napote have the arm for third? I don't really question Gidry's arm.
No, yeah, at all. So you may be right there. Put Gidry.
The dude from South Carolina might play third.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got basically four guys in three positions. You know, short, second, and third. And right now you got at least four guys. Right now. So we'll see. But my question does Gidry continue to pitch? And is he kind of like a Caglione type guy going forward? Or does he focus on just one? Because we're penciling him in the field next year, but he might kind of stay in that same role and just expand as a pitcher.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because if he adds right now he's just throwing gas, but if he adds a pitch or two, he could be a solid. Next year he could be a solid, long reliever, and then his junior year be a starting pitcher. So I think it all depends on what his vision for himself is going forward.
I like it. Neil will be back. We got a few more players that'll actually be back too.
And as far as the pitching staff, I know we got Coleman coming back from injury.
Coleman, Taylor. Who by the way, who was it? Our good man, Benny Latino. Benny said that Taylor was arguably better than Skeens. As far as saying the stuff he had. I don't know about strikeouts and stuff like that, but arguably the stuff he had.
Yeah, it's just gonna be the command of the stuff he's got. You know what I mean? Because that's what's impressive with Skeens. Yeah. But I will also say this. I believe Griffin Herring. I think I've already said this tonight. I believe Griffin Herring could be what he showed coming out the pen as a lefty. I think he can. He might maybe not in the weekend rotation. He might be like a midweek starter for you, but and just eat it. But I think he's got the stuff to be a starter pitcher. And if he makes it to campus, Connor Griffin is gonna play a factor in that pitching rotation or bullpen somewhere. His stuff is too good not to. but that's a big if on making it to campus. A real big if. He might be a top 10 pick.
Yeah. I wonder what.
Who go number one? If you a GM, who you taking number one? I know it depends on a lot of things, but we ain't gonna factor none of that
Fact
into
that in.
consideration.
Oh, if I'm just any general GM or if I'm the Pirates.
You could be the Pirates.
If I'm the Pirates, I'm taking Schemes. You already got somebody where Dylan Cruz is, and some but you basically just signed like a top player there. You basically you gonna have somebody just sitting in AA, AAA.
I don't know who in the Pirates organization, so
Only reason I know that because I was listening to somebody else talking about it. They was talking about the guy they signed. So
oh,
I
okay.
just look better when I say it.
Yeah, you made yourself sound educated.
Yeah. But no, seriously though, if it's just you got the number one pick and you picking the best player, I'm going with Dylan Cruz, somebody who can help you out every game, not just once or every so many every so many days. That's another thing, man. Can we talk about days rest? Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I want to talk about this days rest.
Yeah, I'm taking Dylan Cruz.
Okay. Yeah.
Skins is great, and I think you need pitching to win. But if I'm the Pirates, I need somebody who's gonna help sell tickets too.
That's true.
And I don't care if I do got a center fielder right now who young. I'm probably about to trade McCutcheon. So
Is he still with them?
yeah, he's still with them, and they're looking to trade him. I think they might have already traded him. I don't know, but so you losing the face of the franchise type person right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drafting Dylan Cruz, and I don't care if I got to put him in right field or left field. You know what I'm saying? Like, or move whoever I got in center to one of them spots. I'm taking the guy who's going to be the face of my franchise for the next 12 years, like Andrew McCutcheon was.
That's fair. Okay, I like that. But yeah, man, let's talk about. I want to talk about days rest. There was so much talk about Whip Dylan Cruz pitch. He's only been 3 days rest.
Well, Dylan Cruz on pitching, but I
I'm
know you
sorry,
meant Paul
Dylan Cruz.
Skeens. I
Paul
know you meant
Skeens.
Paul Skeens.
Yeah. With Paul Skeens pitch, it's only been 3 days rest and stuff. So I started, you know what I'm saying, making a joke about it. I was talking about because people like they're going with purple, and it was like, nah, it's going with the gold jersey. And I was like, NCAA rules say if you wear a jersey 2 days in a row, you have to have 1 day's rest. So because that's how silly people start getting with it.
All right, so I did some research whenever Will Bednar was brought to my attention and what he did in the College World Series for Mississippi State in 2021. All right. Before I start throwing these numbers out, I'll say this. Will Bednar averaged 77 pitches on 7 days rest during the regular season on his starts. Paul Skeens averaged 100 pitches on 7 days rest during the regular season. Okay. Game 1 of the College World Series, Will Bednar threw 108 pitches. He was going on 8 days rest. Paul Skeens threw 123 pitches on 7 days rest. Their next start, Bednar threw 97 pitches on 6 days rest. Skeens threw 120 on 5 days rest. Will Bednar pitched 4 days later and pitched 90 pitches. Okay. Every one of his outings was like 15 pitches or more over his season average. Significantly over. The first time he pitched 108, that's 31 pitches over his season average. You know what I mean? So yeah, he had an extra day of rest here and there, but he was still using his arm more than he averaged, normally did. Whereas Skeens went 123, 123. mean, yeah, that's over as well, significant, but it's on par with what Bednar did. You see what I'm saying? So for Bednar to go 4 days later and throw 90 pitches, it wasn't absurd for LSU fans to say that Paul Skeens could throw 50 to 60 pitches 4 days later. I don't think anybody was saying get a ball to Paul Skeens and let him go throw a complete game, 90, 100 pitch game. Nobody said that. All we were saying was it's not far-fetched to say that you can't get something from Paul Skeens, especially when it's been done in the past. You could get 50 pitches from him easily, man.
Listen, 50 pitches for Paul Skeens, especially what it's been in the what's called 50 pitches is like 4 innings.
4 innings. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. The other night, Florida's pitcher had 111 pitches in 5 innings.
Yeah, he had 55 pitches in 2 innings.
So, but yeah, man, to say, saying what you get out of Paul Skeens.
Dave said if I need pitching, I might take the boy for Jack. Jack Caglione can't come out yet. He got another year.
He got another.
Yeah.
But Paul Skeens. Ideally, what I would have done just to give him his swan song, I would have pitched him where Guidry was.
I would have just brought him in for the ninth. No, like just give me like 10 pitches to get out this.
I would have brought him for the A. I'm gonna tell you why. Bring him in for the A, let him pitch, and then you can
pull him in the ninth and let him. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
pull him in the ninth. So
let him throw one pitch in the ninth, then pull him. Or something, you know what I'm saying? Just,
yeah. I would have let him throw. I would let him get the first out, throw. You know what I'm saying, and then that way pull him, let everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tip of the cap to him.
That's cool. I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, and then I would have closed that thing with Guidry. Real nasty, like, God, man, so much. I don't even wear hats, but I'm gonna get the hat.
I need the hat, and I need that shirt.
I'm gonna get that hat and the women's hat. I need it.
I got the women's shirt.
I gotta get the women's shirt too. Man. Who we got Florida at home next year? Or wait, we do got Florida at home next year. I say you present the baseball team with their rings
at the Florida game. Or you at least bring them out to honor them for winning the national championship.
Definitely doing that. Jay Johnson and the baseball team members that are still there. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, football players can. I mean, I said football players. It's football season, so the ones who've been drafted ain't been shipped out to minor leagues yet.
Yeah. Yep. Man, what else we got, man? Man, I
don't even know, bro. I'm just
everything I really want to talk about, man. We got out there, man. It was
congratulations to them boys, man.
Congratulations. What a season, man. What a major season to be able to do this, get this win.
We ain't got to talk about it tonight, but we could kind of do a little look back and give us time to think about some of these kind of teams. But for a team to come into the season with the amount of hype that they came in with, the amount of pressure that was put on them, not just for this season, but like Dylan Cruz, Trey Morgan, Beloso, like this they last year, and they've been.
I got a question for you.
But
go ahead.
The career that they've had, you know what I mean, with the expectations put on Dylan Cruz and some of them, and the expectations put on this team, and the way they went out last year, and all that kind of stuff. How many times have we seen a team with this much expectation and pressure actually win it all?
That's exactly where I was going. I told you, boy, like tonight, boy, it's Tennessee. last year's Tennessee team, and
Mm-hmm.
then this year's Tennessee team. They ain't have as much hype this year as they did last year, but they still came in with some hype.
I mean,
Uh,
even in a different sport. Like, I mean, I know some of them Alabama teams, but like some of them like Duke Zion team. You know what I mean? Like that team had all that hype, but them,
Boogie Cousins, John Wall, but
yeah. I mean,
Kentucky,
it's been a lot of teams that's had that kind of hype.
Carl Anthony
Carl Anthony
Towns.
Towns, Devin Booker, Tyler Eulis team. I mean, even that Gonzaga team, whenever they brought in Jalen Suggs and all them dudes came back and all that, like
Wasn't that
they had
last
all
year?
that hype. Hmm.
When last year? When it was that Gonzaga started going like went
That was the
ham?
year before.
Okay, yeah, and they
That was
made
the year before. Yeah. When Sus was like, they had all these dudes, all these draft picks and all this, you know what I mean? They went and got the one and done dude. You know what I'm saying? They finally started then win that title. So like it's so hard for teams to actually live up to it. The fact that this team did, I think that makes it even more impressive.
yeah. Man, jeez, man, I'm just thinking about like all kind of stuff. Jay Johnson, uh, his approach, how he approached stuff. I felt it when he came in and said he likes to recruit like a football coach, or he wants to, he
Mm-hmm.
likes to coach baseball like a football coach. So yeah, man, this was something special, man, major special. So, well, man, we got anything else before we get up out of here? I do want to say, this because we didn't say it. At least I don't remember saying it. We usually do, y'all know, we usually do HBCU hour tonight on Monday night. It was no way with game 3 coming up, man. It was no way we was gonna be able to just ignore that, put that on back burner like this. So definitely had to make this happen. Um, but man, you got anything else though? We'll get up out of here.
Nah, man, I'm finna just go.
And go.
I'm
Gonna go
trying to
eat.
go to sleep because I gotta go to work in the morning, but I'm still like on this high right now, so I'm trying to just
Yeah,
enjoy it while I can, and then
I'm
move
definitely
on with
finna
my
go.
life.
Go in there, give me something to eat, and then take me a good hot shower and
Oh
sleep
boy, I
like.
smashed on me some hot wings earlier, boys. Louisiana blend.
Mm, yeah,
You don't know nothing about that over there,
I
and that,
don't.
you know.
Nah, man. All we get is a Louisiana rub from like Wingstop.
Oh, but don't you ever disrespect me like that, man.
I'm trying to think what I had for lunch. Bojangles.
Oh, you
I
finally found something?
Yeah, I did. I finally found something. I don't think I actually found some. I just gave up because I pay, it was a restaurant I paid by earlier. I just gave up like, man, I don't want burger. I don't want a hamburger. So let me get this some chicken. And I don't use like I don't like eating fried chicken at work because one I don't like stereotypes.
Boy,
Um,
that dude stupid.
I'm serious, man. I'll tell you a story about that about a restaurant and I almost fought this waiter because he kept trying to push the watermelon on me and I felt like
Oh man, this dude crazy, bro.
I'm gonna tell you that story. But yeah, man. So I don't like eating chicken at work, like I said, in front of people like that. Fried chicken. Hey,
Man,
hey, I got sloppy with it though. I'm talking about I had grease. I felt the grease on my face. Like I ain't even kill. And that
well,
pink lemonade was hidden.
we ain't got no well, I mean we got a Bojangles, but it's one of them new ones
No.
that they open that don't sell bone-in chicken. I'm so
Mm.
disappointed. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a streamlined service. So they like shorten the menu and all this kind of stuff and focusing on
I'm
the
tell you what
experience
disappointed
and
me.
all that.
Well, I ain't gonna say disappointed. Shocked me today. The lady said, "Do you want bone in or bone out chicken?" And I was like, "What?" I was thinking to myself, like, I don't want no chicken tenders. I want
Yeah, that's what they sell, chicken tenders.
basically, yeah.
The one I'm saying, the one
Yeah.
here, all they got is chicken tender. Like it's chicken wise. I think they got some chicken sandwiches, but you know what I mean? Like no actual like thighs, breasts, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that.
Yeah, that's what the other thing disappointed me. She said we ain't got nothing but dark meat. Like that's racist. But guess
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I don't care for dark meat.
So,
On chicken, that is.
duly noted.
It's the only time I really. No, man, I'll be quiet.
Ooh, boy. Oh, that's another. I know one one for real. I know actually two of them. Hopefully this will make those Sky is following LSU fans shut up for a while. It won't. They'll you know what? It will to an extent. But then they'll come back and start finding stuff because it's just like we talked about next year, what the team will look like. They'll be the ones they be like, "Oh, this team ain't got it. They ain't got no chance. We ain't gonna be good. We don't even know who the second baseman is." But anyway, all right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. I'm hungry again. You got me talking about chicken. All right, man. Y'all know
That's
what it
all I
is.
got though, bro.
Congrats, LSU, Jay Johnson. We out. This show is presented by BetOnline.ag.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on Twitter at Golden Boot. On Instagram at Golden Boot. On YouTube at The Golden Boot Pod. On Facebook at The Golden Boot Pod.